What's up, everyone? This is Emilio with Quick Property Solutions, and today I am taking a nice stroll through the neighborhood of Indian Village. This is one of my favorite neighborhoods in the city, and as you can see, all the houses are different. Big, beautiful houses, wonderful area. In this video, I wanted to talk about my buying criteria when I'm looking for deals in the city of Detroit. And I want to share my buying criteria, and I want to explain why I have my buying criteria. Now I have two buying criteria. I have one for flipping and I have one for rentals. And the buying criteria obviously is different because you use different formulas to calculate if it's a good investment or not. The first criteria for flipping is I look for 3 bedrooms plus, has to have a basement. I prefer brick, but I'll take frame. The minimum ARV or after repair, after renovation value has to be at least 100,000, and then no war zones. Absolutely no war zones. Now I'm going to explain why I have my criteria that way. So the first reason is the 3 bedroom plus. I don't buy two bedroom houses or 1 bedroom houses, mostly because they don't flip well. They don't sell fast. They're not desirable. I'm looking for like your bread and butter type flips where it's like a good starter home. I'll even do a 4 bedroom or maybe a 5 bedroom, mostly because, you know, again, you're selling to a family, a growing family that wants to find something bigger. So a 2 bedroom, they don't really flip as well. Another thing too that you have to remember is that if you are flipping and you're trying to sell the property, most people will be purchasing it with a loan. They'll be purchasing it with a conventional loan, FHA, VA loan, whatever. Those banks will get an appraisal on the property. So if you look in an area and you're looking up your comps, just switch the bedrooms from 3 bedrooms to 2 bedrooms and you'll see 2 bedrooms, they're not as popular, and also the values are a little bit lower. So you're gonna look for days on market that are probably gonna be a little bit longer because the buyer pool for a 2 bedroom is not that great. The second thing is basements. I don't wanna buy a flip with a crawl space or a slab. Can you buy a property? Well, people wanna buy a property with a crawl or a slab. Yes, you'll probably find a buyer. We had a couple clients where they flipped a property and it was a crawl, one was a slab. Did they sell them? Yes. Did most of the remarks from buyers that really like the property say, we wish you had a basement, otherwise we buy it? Yes. So again, crawl space and slab doesn't turn as quickly. You can sell it. However, the days on market were longer, and then those clients did have to reduce the price just to sell it. Brick preferred. Again, I'll buy a property that is framed. So if you look at this property right here, this is a brick. This property across the street, this is a brick. This one right here, that's stucco. They have something that's really popular also is vinyl siding. I prefer brick mostly because brick appraises better. More people look for brick. Again, that's your buyer pool. I'm not saying that houses that are frame houses that have vinyl siding or aluminum siding or stucco, they don't sell. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the buyer pool is bigger for brick. And you always want to, when you're flipping a house, what would you rather have? A house that's a 2 bedroom on a crawl that has vinyl sidings as opposed to a 3 bedroom with a basement brick house? Which one are you going to get more people interested in? Again, minimum ARV of 100K. That's my other criteria for flipping. The reason why I say this is because when I flip, the profit margin that I'm looking for is at least 20%. If it's in a desirable area, maybe 15%, maybe. But 20%. So if you have a $100,000 flip, you want to make at least 20 grand. So when you're going through all the effort of buying it, flipping it, potentially people breaking in, there's risk to it, so you want to at least make some money for your risk and for your investment. So ideally I want 100 grand minimum ARV. And then no war zones is my last one. I think that speaks for itself. No war zones. No one's going to want to buy a house that's like the most beautiful house when it's surrounded by a bunch of vacant land or a bunch of like burnt out houses. Um, you know, I know the houses are cheap, but I mean, you have to start thinking about like, yeah, this is a cheap house, but what does the area look like? Do people want to drive home every day, walk the neighborhood with their kids, or, you know, just be okay with those houses being burnt out on the left and right and all up and down the street? If you have a vacant house, one vacant house next to it, fine, you know, but if you have a whole street of vacant houses, again, you have a better probability of having an interested buyer when you're in a decent neighborhood. All right, my buying criteria for my rentals, you know, again, 2 bedrooms. I don't want 2 bedrooms. They cash flow very well. So unless you get some favorable terms, I try and get 3 bedroom and up. But with 2 bedroom, again, if you have a massive ROI and you're making like 30%, 40%, then it's a no, then get the 2 bedroom. However, my ROI that I look for in my rentals is 12 to 15% in the Metro Detroit area, and in the city of Detroit, I'm looking between 15 to 20%. And again, this is not financial advice, but there are some areas like in Detroit, like if you find a rental here and you make 12%, this is a really nice neighborhood. If you're in the West Village, or if you're in Bagley, I mean, those are good areas with good room for values rising up because people are moving into those neighborhoods. So, you know, ideally, I like to be minimum 12 to 15% in the Metro Detroit area, 15 to 18% in the city of Detroit. And again, not financial advice. If you see a deal and you're making 12%, but it's in a good neighborhood and it'll be a good investment, then it's up to you to run those numbers and make that call yourself. Do I buy properties with tenants in them? Yes. Would I rather prefer a property be vacant when I purchase it? Yes. It depends on both. When it comes to the tenant ordering the property, it's great because yes, it's already cash flowing, which is great. So when you buy it, you're getting rent the day you buy it. Things you have to remember are tenants don't like change. Some of them actually, when they know that the property is being sold, some of them kind of freak out and they just already start looking for another rental. So what's going to happen is you're going to buy the property because it's being rented for a certain amount, and they get freaked out and they move, and then when they move, you have to drop what, 15 grand maybe on the renovation, and that totally drops your return on investment because you have to dump more money into the property. One thing you might want to ask is if the tenant wants to stay in the house. Another thing too is that tenants get used to their old owners. So what happens is this happens plenty of times. I take over a property and the tenants say, well, my landlord did this and they took care of this. The rules that the other landlord had in place might be different than yours, and the new tenant that you take over, the property that you purchase and take over, that new tenant might not like the way you do things. So that's another thing to think about. So sometimes some owners just like to start fresh. They like to buy the property, rehab it the way they want to rehab it, and then get the tenant that they know has been vetted, background checks, all that kind of stuff, credit checks. So again, it really just depends on the deal. Depends on a lot of things. So again, this is not financial advice, but it's up to you as an investor to come up with your own buying criteria. By me giving you my buying criteria, maybe this has helped you establish your buying criteria. Maybe you're okay with 2 bedrooms. Maybe you're okay with slabs. Some landlords, actually, I'm probably going to get into this too as well. Not for a flip, but for a rental. Some actually want the slab. And the reason why is because there's a lot of senior citizens that don't want to go up and down stairs. They rather prefer a ranch with a slab because all their stuff is on one floor. So a senior citizen, there's not a lot of wear and tear with a senior citizen, and a senior citizen won't be jumping from house to house. When they find a place, they usually just settle in, and if they like the place, they'll stay there as long as possible. So less wear and tear. If it's a senior citizen, obviously they're a little bit more chill. So that's some stuff to think about. Anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Emilio. If you are looking to invest in the Detroit area, please reach out to me. I'm trying to be better at my social media, but if you really want to get in contact with me quickly, I'll have a link in the description below of my Linktree account. There's a button on there that says reach out to Emilio. Just click on that button and then I'll be happy to talk to you about your investing and see how you can help out. If you're a wholesaler, I've been talking to a lot of wholesalers lately. We could do a joint venture. I am buying, so I'll buy your wholesale deals. I mean, whatever. If you find me on this YouTube channel, sometimes I just want to talk to people that have watched me on YouTube because I love connecting with people that have seen me on the channel. So, again, if you like it, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. See you.